Welcome to Unreasonable AI. I'm Alexey Makarov, and in this video we will start using Grok free for your work-related tasks. If you have heard about Grok but have never really tried it, then this video is right for you. We'll be using Grok free on some practical use cases. In particular, I will show you how Grok can help you with writing and translating emails, with summarizing text and extracting key information. We will use it to compare the documents to identify differences between them. You will also see how it helps with extraction of information and text from screenshots and images. I will show you how you can structure the presentation deck or create a report with Grok, and how you will use it as an assistant for any software-related question you may face. One important note to make: this video is a part of the series Chat Assistants for Work. And today we focus on Grok, but in other videos you will be able to find review of other assistants. You will see that I use the tool I'm currently working on called EverPrompt across this video. I keep the prompts organized and consistent with this tool, and I encourage you, if you find it useful, to go to everprompt.ai and just try it. If you feel there is a need for improvement, please write me in the comments below and I will update the software. So let's start with Grok. Grok free is available if you go to the website www.grok.com. You can also access Grok via Twitter account, but I would use in this tutorial grok.com since it's easier and all of us can have access to it. Before we move on to grok.com, let's first see the main parameters of the model or of this chat assistant. The developer of Grok is xAI. It's the company founded by Elon Musk, and he is the CEO of this company. Country of origin is United States of America. The model source type is proprietary, so it's not open source model as DeepSeek, for example. API availability. API is available. Currently you can use Grok 2 API. Grok free most probably will be available in the future. Reasoning model available. Grok free is a reasoning model. It has the reasoning capabilities, and it's also working with images and with other attachments. In order to access Grok, you should go to the website grok.com. You will see very familiar user interface to ChatGPT. You have a chat box in the center of the screen. Then you have some buttons here, like to attach some files and images, the deep search button for advanced search and reasoning, think button. If you press it, if you activate it, you will be able to use the deep thinking model. You can also choose different options for the models. There is currently 2 options available. Grok 2 is the previous model and Grok free the smartest one. I would like to mention that Grok is available for free. You don't need to pay anything as of now. Most probably in the future it will change, so please feel free to use it now when you do not need to pay anything for its usage. You can also see here that if I try to attach something, I have a message which says that I would need to log in. To sign in or to log in, I should go here to the right. There is a sign in button, so let's do it now. I will sign in with my Google account. First I should verify that I'm human. Then I will continue with my Google account. Yeah, and it's signed in. I'm signing in here with my account from Unreasonable AI, from the channel you are watching now. And that's what you are having here. Now you can see that you can actually attach images. Before it was not possible. Under the chat window, you can see also a couple of options. Research, how to analyze, create images and code. We will not go through all of them, but let's see. If you press code, it just gives you some examples in order to help you to start using the chat, but we will not be using it now, just for you to know that that's how it works if you press one of these buttons. What else you can see here? You can see the Super Grok button. If you move on here and click Go Super, you see that Grok is offering a subscription option, the paid one, if you would like to have increased Grok free limits or let's say increased image generation. You can do it for the monthly fee of €30 per month, which is quite expensive. It's more expensive than OpenAI. You can do it also annually. It's $300 per year. And so you can sign up for Super Grok if you want. We will not do it now. We'll use the free version. What else you can see on this user interface? Here you can see switch to private chat button and the history button, which will show you the history of all the chats you have done. So I have already done some things here. You can see my history of the chats and you can just navigate through them. So that's it. Let's by the way just write something. Hi there, and we'll send it. So Grok is responding, hello, how can I assist you today? Today we'll be going through 6 practical use cases. We'll be using Grok to help with emails and translations, to make summary of information, to compare a couple of documents and see the differences. We'll also use Grok to extract text from screenshots and images. We will see how you can use it to help with the slide deck's outline and the ideas about how to structure a presentation. And I will also show you that Grok can, as a lot of other models, it can help you if you have questions related to any software, like it can be software in your office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or anything else. We'll be using EverPrompt, as I already mentioned in the beginning of the video, to help us with the use cases. EverPrompt is a tool I'm currently developing. This is the library for your best prompts. You can craft your prompts here, prepare them for pasting into ChatGPT, Grok, DeepSeek, or any other chat assistants, and it's just a nice way to keep everything organized. So I'm using it to record my videos here. So the first use case, it's the prompt for email and translations, which I already predefined here. It's a real use case when I needed to find for a place in Kita, in Germany, in Berlin, where I'm living. And I just needed to write an email to Kita in German language. I'm not fluent in German, that's why I needed to first write it in English, ask Grok to help me with the English language to check whether everything is fine, whether I'm doing the right thing, and then I was asking to translate it into German language. So let's see. This is the prompt. Can you please check this email for correctness and also translate it into German language? Let's copy this prompt. Let's go to Grok. Let's just paste it in Grok. I do not think we need any kind of deep thinking or deep search. It's just very standard exercise. Let's just do it. So as you can see, Grok immediately answers with the corrected English version. It provides me some notes on how to make it better in English first, and then it translates into German language. And I can see here that it says, Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, ich bin kürzlich nach Berlin gezogen, and so on. It's for sure a lot better than I would do in this 10 seconds, so how much it took Grok to translate it, to refine it in English and then translate it into German. So I would use it in my, let's say, real private life. First, I draft the email in English, and then I'm asking Grok to translate it into German language. So we can say that the first use case went well, Grok did great, and we have a German text. Now let's move to the second use case, which is summary of information. We go back to EverPrompt, and in the use case number 2, I have the following prompt predefined. Can you please provide me with the summary of this document? And here we'll be using a document in German language, which is a rent agreement. We'll be using it in this use case and also in another one, in the third use case, where we'll try to compare the documents. So let me just show you what we'll be using. So that's the Word document, Mietvertrag für Wohnungen. So it's just a standard rent agreement in Germany. It doesn't have any names. Everything is very approximate. So I just created it just before the video. So let's imagine that you received this contract and you would like to rent a flat. And that's something which the real estate agent has sent to you. First, it's in German. Maybe you don't understand German. And then, of course, it has quite a lot of things happening here. For this video, I made it very short. It was initially about 20 pages. Now I just made 2 pages. And let's do the following. Let's first try to, in the use case number 2, we'll be doing summary of the information. So let's take all the information we have here in the Word document and paste it into Grok and ask to summarize. As you will see, I'm preferring not to paste or not to attach Word documents or, let's say, even PDFs. If I have an option to select the text and paste the text into the chat assistant, I prefer it because text is it's large language models. Yeah, so the language and the words, these are the native items or native elements for this model. So as long as you can paste text, I would always recommend you to paste text into the chat models. And we will copy text here. We'll go first to EverPrompt. We already started to draft our prompt. And here, after this dashes, which I normally use to define different elements of prompt, I just paste the text of this document. Okay? You can see here that we have about 5,000 characters and about 2,000 tokens. Number of tokens is important, especially if you use API of OpenAI or Grok or anything else. Normally the consumption and the charges which you'll have for usage are in tokens. They are charged by tokens for the input tokens and for output tokens. That's why here in EverPrompt you can actually see how many tokens approximately it is. So what I will do, I would just copy it into the clipboard. We'll go to Grok, we'll create a new chat, and we'll paste this into the new chat. We're asking once again to summarize the document, and I'm not sure we need actually to use the thinking here as well. So let's just not use deep think, not use deep search. We'll just use Grok free model in a standard way. So let's ask. And we can see that the rent agreement first has been translated into English language and summarized for us. So you can see that everything is in English, and it says that subject of the lease, it lists me the property details, the location, the size, the usage. It tells me the duration of the lease from that date to that date. It also tells me about rent and additional costs. It's 1.6 thousand for this flat. It also tells me about the payment details and so on. So whatever you see here was extracted and summarized from the document which we just pasted into Grok. We can say that the second use case, Grok have done really well as well. Let's move on to the next one. In the first use case, we will compare two documents. We'll be working with the same rent agreements, but I will show you a type of changes which I introduced. So we are again in EverPrompt. Let's go to the use case number 3. And the following happens here. Imagine the situation when you reviewed the rent agreement, maybe even with the help of Grok. You understood what it is all about and you like the flat. You say that you would like to sign the agreement, and the owner of the flat or the broker coming back to you with exactly the same document or almost exactly the same document and saying, okay, now you should sign it. I would actually like to check that the version which I received and the one which I'll be signing is exactly the same as the version which was before. And the way to do it, at least how I would do it now, I would use Grok or any other chat assistant to compare these two documents. Let's imagine we're having, for this use case, I did some modifications myself. So this is the first rent agreement which we had. Let's open it here. And then also there is another rent agreement, which is a modified rent agreement. I did it on purpose. What I've done, I changed, so actually, yeah, it's vice versa. This is the original rent agreement, and this is the agreement modified one. In original rent agreement, the price was 1.6 thousand. In the modified version of the agreement, it's 1.650, so 1,650. I also modified, I made a very minor modification in the IBAN, in the account of the person who will be receiving the money for the rent. So before it was 0055 here, and now it's 0455. So just one element is different. Instead of 0, we have 4 here. Normally it would take quite some time, to go through these documents and compare them. We can use Chat Assistant to do it. So what we'll be doing in this video, we'll use again EverPrompt. Why it's really useful to do it? Because here you can say that I'm saying the following. Can you please help me with the analysis of the two versions of the agreement? I would like to be sure that there have been no changes introduced by the counterparty. There is a place for the first document, so I just wrote it like this. With the dashes, I have a space here to paste the first document and paste for the second space for the second document. So let's go back and I would copy everything here. No, let's say this is the original one. I copy the original one. I paste it here, and then the modified version, I come here, I copy modified version, and I paste it here. So I have the prompt now here, which includes both documents. You can see that it's exactly 10,000 characters, which is actually strange. Let's add, yeah, it's exactly 10,000 characters, and it's about 4.167 tokens, so it's 4,000 tokens. We copy this prompt, we go to Grok, we create a new chat, we paste the prompt, and let's now use the thinking model. So let's see, let's try, okay? So Grok is thinking. I will see how long it will think, and maybe I'll rewind slightly a video. It's already 24 seconds. For us, in the end, important is the result. Grok, if it needs, it can think even longer, but what I need to understand is whether any differences have been introduced and whether Grok has actually found them. Okay, let's see. Let's see. So first of all, you can see the reasoning, all the reasoning part, how Grok reasons, which is great, which is long. What we can see as the result, comparison of the two agreements. Okay, just gives me the main things, additional details. And in the end, it tells me the summary about the summary of the changes. Look, it found that the rent amount, original 1.6K, and in the modified version is 1,650. Correct, increase of 50 euro per month. It was identified by Grok. And for the IBAN as well, it found out that 0055 and 0455 are different account numbers, and either it has been done by mistake or maybe it's just another account of the same person. Grok has identified exactly these two changes which I have done. And as you can see, this is an amazing tool to check the differences in various documents. It's super good for the, let's say, legal advisors to check the differences in the documents. But in general, almost all of us have been in a situation where we need to rent an apartment and we need to sign some documents. So before signing, ideally is to check whether what you are signing and what you have seen before are exactly the same. I would say that Grok did a great job in this use case number 3. And with that, let's move on to use case number 4. Use case number 4, here we will be doing text extraction from screenshots and images. I will show you what we will be doing. Imagine we are having the following screenshot, which is taken from the slide which you have just seen. What can happen normally when you're having a Zoom call or you're having Teams call, sometimes you are making screenshots. And from these screenshots, you would like to send or to share with someone just parts of the information and not all the screenshot. Or maybe you need to use it to paste it into your email or into your document. So you just need to recognize the text from the images. This is super useful. And in order to do it, you can use Grok or any other chat assistants. Let's now see how Grok can do it. So what we'll do now, we will go to use case number 4, screenshot. What I'm asking Grok to do, can you please list names of 6 use cases from the screenshot? I would like to use it in the text of the email. So let's copy the prompt. We'll go again to Grok. Let's start a new chat. We'll paste the prompt where we're asking to extract the text. Let's attach an image. I've already been attaching some images, and this is the image which I've just shown you, screenshot from video. I attached it, and we don't need deep thinking. I think that's just normal text recognition from the images, and we'll just ask Grok free to do it. So Grok is reading the attachment. It has native capability to read the images, and you can see that's exactly what we had on the screen. You can open it again. Help with emails and translations. Help with emails and translations. The last one. Assistant with software-related questions, assistance with software-related questions. Yeah, it even modified. I made a mistake here. I wrote assistant with software-related questions, and it extracted assistance with software-related questions. As you can see, this is also very useful, and when you need to extract some text from screenshots, or let's say from PDF. Sometimes you open a document in PDF and you cannot really copy anything because either the text is positioned in a very strange way that you cannot select it, or in order to copy something more complicated, you need Adobe Acrobat Professional, but you do not have it due to whatever reason. So one of the options is just make a screenshot of this part of PDF and then paste it into chat assistants like Grok and ask to extract the text. And then later you can use the text where you need, in the email or in the document. So I would say that Grok did great with the extraction of the text from the images as well. And now let's move on to the use case number 5. In use case number 5, we will be asking Grok to help us with the PowerPoint slides. We will not be asking to create a PowerPoint presentation, but we will be asking to help us with structuring the deck for investors. This is the real-life use case. I needed to help to create a slide deck for the company of my wife. It's called Heritage GmbH. The company is helping expats who has properties in Berlin, but who, due to whatever reasons, does not live in Berlin. So the company is renting these flats, screening potential tenants, signing agreements with them. And the key advantage of the company is that it charges only 1 monthly fee instead of 2 monthly fees, which normally the agencies charge in Berlin. And it provides actually more services than just screening of the candidates and signing of the agreement. I needed to create a deck for investors or banks, and I wanted to limit it to 12 slides. So that's actually the task. And now let's see how to do it, how I would do it with a chat assistant. In this use case, we'll be using Grok to do it. So we are going back to our EverPrompt. Let's go to use case number 5. It's here we have exactly the same text you just saw on the slide. We will copy it. We'll go to Grok. We'll start a new chat. In the new chat, we just paste this request to create the presentation deck. Let's use Think option. So let's now use deep search and see how it will work. And let's start. You see that user interface with deep search is slightly different. It shows you the following. There is like a tree with the steps: thinking, clarifying, request, and to the right you can see the process. It is saying that it found 10 results, 10 websites which are helping with the real estate company pitch deck structure for investors. It's browsing the results. Executive summary is crucial. The structure from this website focuses on investment aspects. My initial outline includes slides like introduction, market need, and financial projections. Mapping slide content. The executive summary could combine my introduction and key points. Browsing storydog.com for structured real estate pitch deck. So it actually goes to the websites and it browses the websites to and try to find how this type of decks should be structured, in particular in real estate pitch decks. Refining investor focus. So deep search is advanced search and reasoning. It's searching online and it reasons. So it's a combination of internet access and reasoning model. Okay, so it explains me how it came to the slide deck structure. It gives me an overview in the beginning, and then there is a detailed slide breakdown. Cover slide, include the company name, logo and tagline, introduction, briefly introduce the founder and key team, and so on. So it goes through all 12 slides, and it also tells me detailed analysis and rationale for slide deck structure, background and context. It gives me a bit more details about the company. So it went to the website and found out that it provides real estate services in Berlin with a core focus on supporting individuals who own property in the city but do not reside there. Okay, methodology and structure. It gives me some recommendations, and it even gives me that's exactly what I was searching for. This is the structure. Slide number, cover, title of the slide, let's say the problem, the solution, the description of the content on this slide, for example, brief overview of the company and team, and so on, and the purpose builds credibility and showcasing expertise. So that's actually great. That's amazing. It's more than I was expecting from Grok. It's super advanced. I actually need to read it and go through it. So what I would normally do when I'm doing the task like this, after I received an answer from the model, I will go through each of the sections, through each of the slides, and I would brainstorm with this model the content, let's say further brainstorm the content of the slide. I will ask how the slide should be should be presented, what should be on the left, to the left side of the slide, to the right side of the slide, what should be maybe the subtitle, what should be the graphics which I should use there, how to structure the slide in the best way. And I'll just brainstorm each slide by slide, and then I will open my tool of choice, which is PowerPoint. And in PowerPoint, I'm quite fast there. I have quite a lot of experience, so there it's not very difficult for me then to create a slide deck. But the content and the recommendations from Chat Assistant like Grok here, I'm using for sure, I'm following them. And of course, I try to understand, does it make sense? And if it doesn't, I again brainstorm the content of the slide with the Chat Assistant and modify it accordingly. So this use case, I think it went really well, and that's amazing result from Grok. Really, I'm impressed. Use case number 6 is assistance with software-related questions. Imagine a situation like this. That's like the real use case as well. So you are working in PowerPoint. Let's say that's the slide you're working on. And you see the logo here on this slide, and you would like to move this logo, but you cannot. And you know that it's not the part of the background, because on some slides you have logo, on other slides you do not have logo, but something strange, you cannot move it. A number of people ask me how to actually do it, how to move it, and the answer is actually quite simple. That's a part of the master slide, but if you do not know what master slide is and how to go there and how to modify it, but you still need to move logo, maybe you need to delete it, then you can ask Grok. So let's see. We come back again to EverPrompt, and the prompt number 6 for use case number 6 is the following. I'm working in PowerPoint and need to move logo on one slide to another position. I cannot even select it due to some reason. Can you please help me with it? So let's copy this into the clipboard. So what you would normally do, you would either normally ask your colleague or go online to Google and try to search it. But I would say that the best way is go to Grok and paste this question here. I don't think you need deep search here. It's like quite a simple task. Let's just ask. And we have an immediate answer. It tells me, check if the logo is on the master slide. Exactly how it happens. It's in the master slide there in the presentation. Go to the View tab and click Slide Master, look through the slide and see if there is a logo and so on, move it or delete it. So that's exactly what we need. I recommend you, before calling IT help desk, just go to Grok or ChatGPT or DeepSeek or any other chat assistant and ask the question. These tools are amazing. They will give you guidance and steps one after another, what you should do to actually solve your question. And the last section is the results summary. So based on the analysis which we have done all together now, you can see that Grok can easily tackle emails and translations. Summarization also works perfectly with Grok. You have seen that comparison of the documents resulted into the identification of all the changes which have been done to the document, so it works here for sure. Text recognition. Grok helps to recognize the text from images and from screenshots, so please feel free to use it in your workflow. For the slide deck outlining, the reasoning model is amazing and it provides a nice outline for your future PowerPoint presentation. And for the 6th use case, help with software, Grok is providing amazing results as well. And that's it. In this video, we explored how Grok Free can assist with everyday work tasks, from writing and translating emails to summarizing information, comparing documents, extracting text, and even helping with presentations and software-related questions. I hope you found these use cases practical and useful. Remember, this is just the beginning of the series. In the next videos, we'll be looking at how other AI assistants like ChatGPT, Claude, and DeepSeek handle the same tasks. So if you're curious about how they compare, make sure to check out the rest of the series. I would appreciate if you like the video and subscribe to this channel. And also don't forget to try EverPrompt to keep your prompts organized and to boost your productivity. This is a nice place to craft, store, and refine your prompts independent on chat assistants of your choice. This was Unreasonable AI. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one. Bye.